Well, hello, this is Nitin Dahad with the Times, and I'm here at the Synopsys User Group Conference 2024 in Santa Clara in Silicon Valley with the CEO Sassine Ghazi. Hello, Sassine.
Hi there. Good to be here.
Well, we were here last year, but this is your now first year as CEO. You started in January, and first CEO after Art, after 37 years.
37 years.
How's it been so far for you?
Wonderful. We have an amazing company at such a great time that it's an unbelievable, humbling opportunity to take the CEO role and take Synopsys to the next level.
And what have been some big announcements in that time as well, like your acquisitions and all kinds of things.
Yeah, we kind of hit the ground running. We made a couple big decisions. One with the software security business to explore strategic alternatives. Actually, just today we announced we want to start the sales process for that business. The other, of course, is the Ansys acquisition, which is significant for our industry and our customers. And of course, number of new products that we announced and talked about today.
Well, that's what I was going to come on to next. So, the theme is all AI, but you had that last year with the Synopsys.ai. What's different this year? So tell us about some of the announcements and maybe how it's different. I think we're into a different era with generative AI, aren't we?
Sure. So we had the two class of announcements. The first one is around multi-die architecture, so at the platform architecture level, platform architect multi-die. The second one is 3D SO.ai, which is taking our 3D IC compiler and injecting AI into it to simplify the early architecture phase of a multi-die package. Then there was another grouping of announcement around the acceleration of hardware-assisted verification. We made number of announcements there with our Synopsys ZeBu EP2 and the HAPS 112.
And that one was actually around the prototyping and emulation,
Right.
and you had the box on stage,
Yes.
and you were quite proud, weren't you?
Yeah. It was a proud moment to show off the big box, because when you see this giant box, it's able to consume 5.6 billion gates, which is massive amount of gates, to enable our customers to do that early prototyping, and it's used mostly for early software bring up type of application. And the other thing that was cool to show was the first test chip that was done between Intel TSMC using our UCIe IP to connect the two together.
Yeah, you were a bit worried because all you can show is manuals with the
That's
tools, but you wanted to show a chip, and you're feeling very proud of that.
I was, because I've been a little bit jealous of the semiconductor CEOs where they show off stuff and we have lines of code, but it was fun to do. Yeah.
And talking of CEOs showing off their chips, this week is in the Bay Area, we've got the rock star Jensen Huang, talking about AI and Nvidia and in the age of AI with the GTC. When you were in the stadium, I don't know if you were there, but basically, he was just like it was all about AI and everything. You invited him on stage, and what did he have to say about his involvement here?
So we have a long-standing relationship with Nvidia. Actually, you heard the story. We were part of the very early days of Nvidia. But if you look at today, where do we see the world going, and how does it match with where Nvidia is communicating? We talk about Synopsys as silicon to system solution company, where we see silicon company going up the stack to deliver a software along with their hardware for their system applications or for their end market applications. And you see a number of end market companies trying to go from a system architecture down to their silicon, either designing it or defining it. So you match that with what Jensen speaks about, which is the whole virtualizing a system, in their case through the Omniverse and other offering they have. We're doing that same offering from the virtualization of the chips all the way up into the entire system. So there is absolutely an alignment. That's what you saw when you saw him on stage. We a lot of excitement around the alignment of the vision and where do we see the industry going, how do we contribute to us providing the virtual digital twin when NVIDIA is providing the physical twin.
Yeah, that's interesting, and I hope you're not nervous because Art is watching us doing this interview.
Yeah, I know, I see him. No, that's great.
Sorry, you talked just now about the chip to system, system to chip, and you talked about that amorphousness, if that's the right word. But tell us maybe what are the challenges in addressing that?
You know, the key, let me start with the system companies, and that's not new. If you look at the leading mobile company, they started investing their silicon about 15 years ago to have a tightly integrated stack between the application and the software all the way down to the silicon that they develop. You look at hyperscalers the last 6-7 years, they're doing the same thing. You look at automotive, Tesla was one of the customers that they spoke about their experience with Synopsys, but a number of other OEMs are heading down that path because that's how you differentiate the customer user experience of your end system. Now, if you're a chip company, you want to participate in that too. You don't want every system company to say, I have my own silicon. And it's not practical, by the way, to have every system company having their silicon. But how do you, as a chip company, silicon company, provide more than just the silicon? How do you provide the software, the hardware for that specific application and end market? And this is where we are truly the bridge with our solution. We have the EDA and IP, and we're making significant investment and have been, and we're used, just a quick data point, 9 out of the top 10 automotive OEMs, they use our virtualizer and virtualization platform in order to communicate between these two worlds.
Yeah, and I think I did see a slide from one of your colleagues on the executive team around that whole bridge between the design, the bring up and the fab.
Exactly. So that's where silicon lifecycle management comes in, because if you insert monitors and sensors in the chip for two purposes. One, post-silicon, when you go into early ramp-up of a product, you learn a lot in terms of the power, the performance, the yield, etc. How do you go back to pre-silicon for the next generation before you go into massive production to improve it? Once you have the right combination pre-post silicon, how do you continue the monitoring of that silicon when it's in the field? So there is the design, the manufacturing test, and the in-field operation.
Now, generative AI, people might think, okay, it's hype, it's whatever, but you've got people doing things both with your AI tools and the generative AI. Tell us a little bit about one or two of those.
Yes, so I don't want to overuse generative AI. I want to be very real. Where is generative AI today in our space? We're leveraging the heck out of every LLM that is possible for the applications we have. The co-pilots, yeah. That's right. So what we have right now is a co-pilot that we introduced in Q4 last year with Microsoft and OpenAI, where our users can use a co-pilot to get support, interaction to get the best results, and various aspects. Think of it as 24/7 experts with you to get the best outcome from our product. As we look ahead, there are a number of generative applications where we believe that technology can apply to go to a point in time where you can have part of your design autonomously generated through generative AI. Are we there yet? No, because as you know, the moment you go down that path, you better be certain that that design is going to work.
Now, one of the announcements you made was the acquisition of Intrinsic ID.
Yes.
I believe that's completed. Tell us the reason for that. There's plenty of PUF companies out there.
Yes, so we've had a relationship with Intrinsic ID. We've known each other for a while. We believe through our diligence process they have the market-leading PUF available in the market. True, we announced the acquisition today, and we're looking forward to have them as part of Synopsys and having that IP available for our customers.
Right, and now, finally, just wanted to get a feel. you've been talking about AI in your tools for the last year and a bit. Should we be relabeling electronic design automation as electronic design intelligence?
You know,
EDI.
it's interesting. I've heard number of customers referring to it this way. And you know, my immediate reaction is, wait a minute, this is our market. If we need to relabel it as the leader in the market, we have to be thinking about it. It's a good one. I don't know. I need to talk to Anne, our CMO, and see if this is something we need to put on our roadmap.
Well, Sassine, thank you very much, and have a very good SNUG.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Great to see you again. Thank you.